and Rafferty.
Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. Situated near the banks of a major waterway, founded in 750 AD for commerce and agriculture, this city quickly developed into the cultural, economic, and political center of its region. It reached its peak in 1150 AD, surpassing the population of Paris and London at a time when construction was starting on the cathedral at Notre Dame and Westminster Abbey. These bits of sculpture were recovered from the site. That's a big toe, that's my favorite. These were recovered from the site in an excavation in 1962, and it was named a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 1982. Can anyone name the city? Does anyone here know what it means to be a World Heritage Site? In 1972, the United States proposed the formation of the World Heritage Convention to the international community. As a function of UNESCO, the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, it has been ratified by 189 countries around the globe. Its purpose is to encourage the identification and protection of natural and cultural sites of note, and those that are deemed to be of outstanding value to humanity. The initial intent of the United States in proposing the World Heritage Convention was to promote the protection of outstanding natural features. But once the idea was planted in the fertile environment of UNESCO and the United Nations, it soon grew to encompass cultural sites as well. Today there are 936 cultural and natural sites that are included in the World Heritage List, and there are 23 that are mixed sites. 183 natural sites, 725 cultural sites, and 23 mixed sites. The intent originally was to promote natural sites, and drawing on our own wealth of natural wonders like the Grand Canyon and Yosemite, we proposed an organization similar to the U.S. National Park System. But it grew in UNESCO to cover much, much more. And I'm going to paraphrase the qualifications that a site has to meet in order to be designated a World Heritage Site. And just to paraphrase, it must represent a masterpiece of human creative genius, exhibit an important interchange of human values, bear unique or exceptional testimony to a cultural tradition, present an outstanding example of architecture or technology, be an outstanding example of a traditional human settlement, land use, or even sea use, be directly associated with living traditions, ideas, beliefs, Artistic and literary work contain superlative natural phenomena or areas of exceptional natural beauty. The outstanding examples representing major stages in the Earth's history, the outstanding examples of significant ongoing ecological or biological processes in evolution of organisms or ecosystems, or contain the most important and significant natural habitats for the conservation of biodiversity. Some examples of some of the worldwide sites that are not quite so well known: the beech forests of the Ukraine, primeval forests that expand through the Ukraine and into Germany, the Iguazu Falls on the border between Venezuela and Brazil. Cultural sites include the Taj Mahal. I don't think I need to tell anyone where that is. The ancient city of Nesibir in Bulgaria, and the coffee cultural landscape of Colombia. The entire culture and the entire area of Colombia through thousands and thousands of square acres, or actually thousands of square miles, of coffee cultivation is designated as a World Heritage Site. Of the 936 World Heritage Sites, only 21 are located in the United States, which takes me back to our mystery site. Founded on the banks of the Mississippi River, 10 miles from St. Louis, Missouri, just outside the town limits of Cahokia, Illinois, lies what remains of a thriving metropolis. Now known as the Cahokia Mounds, this is the largest archaeological site north of Mexico. The city itself covered 6 square miles, and by 1100 AD was home to 20,000 inhabitants and supported a surrounding network of agricultural communities and what some claim were another 80,000 men, women, and children. I did substantiate the claim that it's exceeded the population of London in the 1100s, but I wasn't able to verify the population of Paris at the time. Evidently, the Parisian census takers were on strike even back then. Somewhere between 1350 and 1400, the population waned, and the entire site was abandoned, never to be occupied again. There's some evidence of a significant climate shift, but no one really knows what happened to the culture. And no one knows why there's not even any lore surrounding the demise or giving the real original name of the city. Who here was aware of the Cahokia Mounds and knew about the Cahokia Mounds before tonight? 2 people. And this is a site deemed by the world community to be of outstanding value to humanity. Only 2 people in this room knew where it was. That's just one disturbing statistic. It was a glorious spring day when I drove from St. Louis over to the mounds. It was a Sunday afternoon. It was about 75 degrees with a very thin cloud layer, just enough to keep it from being too hot or the breeze too cool. And here, 15 minutes from a population center of 3 million people, I counted 15 cars in the parking lot. The site originally contained 120 mounds, and today only about half survive. Some of the mounds were 100 feet tall and supported grand structures. Many were enclosed in a wooden stockade with guard towers 50 feet tall. To the east of the site, there's a rundown trailer park and an abandoned warehouse. And bracketing the west of the site is the gaping mouth of a strip mine. This is a site that is of outstanding value to humanity, and this is how we take care of it. If you'd like to learn more about this site or other World Heritage sites, you can go online to UNESCO.org or simply Google World Heritage and click on the link labeled the list.